my service is Eat, Play, Love, and so this is Eat, Play, Love. So Eat, Play, Love is a service project that responds to children's skills and social development, and the project members, along with advocates, teachers, develop fun and interactive learning activities, and this service group works with children between ages 5 to 10 in small learning groups. So what we do is we focus on different skills and the social development of children in Africa Tikum. And the community needs is that the community itself needs more resources, because since some of them don't have enough money, they cannot buy supplies for their school. And I remember there was a kid, I think his name was Samuel, when we were working on an activity, he was like, I don't have these color pencils at home. So, it didn't really shock me, but it just made me realize what was going on. And the problems we face in Eat, Play, Love is because of the different ages, the older kids would know more than the younger kids, and there's also a language barrier, but it didn't really affect the older kids. It just the younger kids who were 5 or 6 years old, their English, they could speak English, but it wasn't that good because sometimes they didn't understand what we were saying. So there'd always be another kid sitting next to them and telling them what to do. And this is a video of my experiences at Eat, Play, Love. And I'm sorry for the shaky camera because everyone kept on walking in front.
That's okay.
So. Is that all the kids, they're all the same, and they all generally want an education, because what I didn't show in this video was later that I interviewed some older kids, and I asked them advice and stuff, and I learned to be patient in a group situation. because as you can see, like, the kids there, one of them was 10 and then one of them was 5. And it also made me more aware of the community around us, because this is in Deep Sloop and it's actually pretty close to us. So, and this picture was like the last day. So, I chose this action plan because it was a reflection on the first week we went. And so the first week we went, I was a bit confused on what I should do exactly, because we were handed papers and crayons and were told to like do this worksheet with the kids. And as we visited more though, I was able to communicate better with them because I knew what I had to improve on. And an improvement which could be made is the organization of the groups, because they weren't really organized when we first went there. So, and like over time, kids would just simply join our groups because they didn't have a group to go to. And this is a visual reflection I chose. And so this reflection was significant to me because since it was done in such a short amount of time, I believe you get like the first thoughts without like changing them. And whilst writing, I recognized things that I wouldn't really say in a reflection, which, you know, sort of like, I wouldn't say like a specific thing, but like a specific improvement. And this is another reflection. It was the 3 challenges plus 1 advice. And I chose this one because, you know, it's like, I think it will provide like the main important things that you, like if someone was to join a service project, that they would know what would go on. And I have learned that you must be calm and take it slowly when you're explaining something to learners. And the last reflection is the service proposal. And I chose this because I felt like it would be an important one for addressing the things I have learned. And I have learned that with a lesson, one child might need more time to practice and to understand. And sometimes they will not get the activity at all. So I'll just like come up with a plan B and make my own easier activity. Thank you.
Okay, so you did say the project there was right? And what would you do next year to make this project even bigger?
I think the main thing I'd do is actually find the worksheets, because I don't know who prints out the worksheets, but there was this one time we had a geography worksheet, and these kids, like, they did not know how to do that activity at all. So I think I would just improve on that.
Liam?
You said, like, how do they actually organize the groups? Is it just random, or do you think it should be, like, age-wise for the groups?
Yeah, so they just pick a group of random kids, like the first 5 to come. And usually they range from like 5 to 10 years old. So I think it would be easier if they organized it amongst ages, because like you get all the 10-year-olds like answering all the questions, and then the younger ones are just sitting back and not understanding a thing.
Anything else? Okay, my impressions. This is one of the few presentations that I actually have heard from the participants themselves. So kudos to you in terms of getting to interview people and actually having people to talk from the project. I obviously do like your presentation. It's really well done in terms of your learning. So you're able to directly relate, you have a relationship with this is what I learned from the project. It's not only this is what I do, but what I've learned, right? And this is what I've learned from the community. And that's very important, Alana. I mean, it might seem natural to people, but it's not always. You clearly take this is what I learned from talking, from engaging, from having conversations. So it definitely reflects that situation where you just don't go there and say, hey, I'm just going to do something and then I'm going to leave. No, you've actually put thought in it, you've reflected, you've asked questions, you've engaged, and that shows a maturity from where I'm sitting in terms of how you see the project and what you see. You have ideas of the project, and I keep on saying that if you have ideas, I would like you to step up in terms of a leadership role and to say, hey, let's do this better, let's improve, let's fine tune it to make it a lot better. So don't shy away from that and celebrate what you have done. Hoping that you'll serve this program next year also, up to you. But I think that you do have a valid contribution to make, and thank you so much.